Okay, so I got this Ninja Foodie, you know, the one with the double oven or whatever that you can open up separately or whatever, and the one and you open it all together. Well, anyways, I put a pizza up here. You know, I had the rack in there, this kind of rack. You know, that you put pizza on or whatever. I had that. Threw the pizza on there. It was one of those freshetta, however you say it, freshetta, whatever, pizzas or whatever, first time having one. But I put it in there right in the middle of it, like, I don't know if it like kind of got wet, soggy or whatever, but it dropped down and spilled in the oven. The middle of it kind of just collapsed. So I did some cleaning a little bit, but as you can see, I got all that stuff in the little burner things that get hot. You see back there too. And I was trying to look to see if these clips, if I can push them or move them a certain way to get the clips to come up to take the actual burners out so I can really clean it. But I don't want to break nothing. I just got it maybe a few weeks ago, so I went online to try to look some instructions, the instructions up, and it didn't say nothing about taking this apart. So I might do further research, but in the meantime, I think what I'm gonna do is, this is from last night, so I think what I might do is I might burn it. I might turn it on and just turn the oven on and let the stuff kind of burn. Maybe after it burns, it'll harden, and then I can kind of get like a little brush or something or whatever, maybe a toothbrush, scrub brush or whatever, and kind of, you know what I'm saying? It might be easier to get out once it's kind of got burnt and got hard and hardens. But that's because as of right now, I don't want to do too much and mess nothing up. So I don't know, I'm just troubleshooting, trying to figure out what's a good way for this to work. I should have put some aluminum foil on that tray, on that rack, but I'll know next time. But anyways, I'll be back with another video to see how it turned out. It might work, it might not, I don't know, but we gonna see. This part one. Okay, so part two, yeah, I turned it on and it definitely started smoking. It got kind of smoky in here, so, which kind of makes sense because if it's burning. So I paused it, let me see. Yeah, it's smoking, but you see it's burning all that stuff up, the cheese and the sauce and all that from the pizza. So now that this is burnt, I only did like a preheat really. Like I was gonna turn the oven on for a while, but it preheats before it starts. So just the preheat alone on 400 degrees just did that and burnt it. So it's not smoking as bad now. So I might let it go a little bit longer just to make sure it's nice and burnt and cooked. And then hopefully after it sits and cool for a while, it'll get hard and harden, so it'll be easier to kind of maybe scrape off. I don't know. I'm just freestyling, trying to figure something out. So if this worked, I'll probably post this video for anybody else who got this problem. So I'll be back. All right, so this part three, I'm back. So I let it cool off. I tried to use a toothbrush, but that wasn't abrasive enough, so I should have been like, duh, regular toothbrush, but I was just trying to start off easy because I didn't want to mess nothing up. So then I tried like a little scrub pad thing, like with the sponge on the side, scrub pad on the other side. That wasn't abrasive enough, so now I'm doing this, I'm using this, you know, one of these metal steel or whatever, Brillo steel pads or whatever you call them. So just taking my time to, you know, clean it off. As you can see, as soon as you start hitting it with the steel pad, which makes sense. I'm just trying not to damage nothing. I just bought this a couple weeks ago. I haven't even really had it a month. But it's getting this stuff off, which is in turn kind of making it fall to the bottom. And I'll be able to get in there with like a paper towel or something, you know, clean it up. Yeah, but as you can see, it's I guess it's like a regular, you know, you look at like a regular stove, so this scrubbing thing makes sense. But I don't want to have to really keep doing this too often because I don't want to mess nothing up. So I'm gonna definitely make sure I cover that pan up next time. So yeah, just gotta manually get in there and get it. You know what I mean? So scrub it to clean it. They said when I looked it up before, they said, put the camera back up there. They said these things is hard to maintain as far as like cleaning and stuff goes, and I'm starting to see that. Yeah, it's not as easy as you think. Not to get down in them holes, I might be cool. Let me see, on the burners, like on the burner parts, I don't know. I guess if stuff is falling in there, I still might get like a little toothbrush to get in them holes to like, if it's stuff that fell in there on the burner part. Let me see. Of course, I'm gonna let all this sit for a while and dry before I even turn it on and use it, but I don't know, let me see. It's probably as good as I'm gonna get it. I'm trying to put my camera in there a little bit, see how if you look down in the holes, it's like the black stuff, the soot, the black dust, burnt stuff is on the actual burner. Might be able to blow that out though. Once I clean it, I might be able to blow the excess off the burner. So, but I know it ain't gonna be perfect, but it definitely looked way better than what it was as far as that burnt stuff. You see the back there, how that look, how burnt that is compared to this front one now. So, yep, that's my first experience with this thing as far as making a serious little mess. And as you can see, like the bottom, like I'll be putting foil on these things, like these, like this right here, this air fryer tray. I'll be putting foil on that sometimes, but sometimes like when I make my bacon on it and they get stuck on there, I just let it soak in the water. For the most part, this stuff come out, you can soak in the water, but this was just something that don't come out that I know of. So that's how I got it off. So if you happen to run into this, there you go. Okay, thought I'd come back one last time and show like the after results. So what I did was like, I started wiping it out with a wet paper towel. And I folded it in half, wet, and just get underneath those burners. But back here in the back, I had like a tough spot that was kind of hard to get to. And you can't really get directly under the burner with your finger because it's so narrow. So I use a butter knife to like, you know, the wet paper towel. Let me see if I can zoom in better. The wet paper towel, you know, butter knife. It's folded, cut, it's wet, kind of wet, just not soaking wet, but just like a little damp. You can kind of get under there, like, you know, wipe the best you can or whatever. I'm trying to keep it steady because there's some stuff under there I couldn't get to. So this kind of helps you get under there. And of course, make sure it's unplugged. It's not plugged up, so make sure this is unplugged before you do stuff like this. So, but yeah, just wanted to show the before and after or whatever. Like I said, there's some stuff up under here I couldn't get to that I'm using this knife to kind of guide the paper towel. Then you take it out. Trying to hold this camera steady for y'all. You know, you can see underneath it was a bunch of gunk and stuff under there. So, but it's looking way more clean than what it was if you remember from the beginning of the video. A couple little parts that's like kind of stained a little bit. It's hard to come out, but I can live with that. So yeah, that's kind of how you go about cleaning that up if you made a mess up here. I might wipe it a little bit more, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Once again, it's the Ninja Foodie 12-in-1 double oven that you can open up separately. I want to say I showed that in the beginning of the video. But yeah, that was some of the cleanup when I split that pizza. All right, y'all, holla. I know I keep coming back, y'all. One more time, I think this is it. So I wanted to, like in real time, turn this on. And make sure it ain't like smoking or nothing. So I gotta press top. You can put it on whatever, but bake, I got on 400 time. Maybe like 10 minutes, but I'm gonna start. It's gonna preheat. I just wanna make sure it ain't smoking or doing nothing weird. So I want to do that in real time. So right now it's heating up. And you can still open it while it's doing that too. If you want to look in there, you see it say preheat. That's the pre-meaning preheat. So it's getting warm. Because earlier when that stuff was on there, it was smoking. When I had that black stuff on there from that burnt stuff. Yep, don't seem like no smoke or nothing's coming out. So, and these things you can feel the top of them, like the top and the sides, like the metal, like it get warm, so kind of hot. So like, be aware when you're touching these things when they heat up. They're like for real little ovens. They use a lot of power, I noticed too. But I be unplugging mine when I ain't really using it. If I remember, I unplug it so it ain't drawing no power. It might draw power, it might not when it's off, but just to make sure I just unplug it. Ain't no point in changing it, you know. Could be a little extra on your bill, you never know. But let me see, we almost pushing 2 minutes in. Ain't nothing smoking. Yeah, as you can see, the burners is hot. They red now, so you can see it's definitely hot. So if it was gonna smoke, it would have did it by now. Yeah, I wish it was a little cleaner. I like my stuff to look, look good, try to take care of it, but it's definitely better than what it was, and it's hard to get up in there, so that's good enough for me. Yeah, that's definitely hot. And it's hot outside, so I'm gonna turn this off. It's about 80 degrees. I got my AC on over here. I don't wanna add no extra heat. So I had to stop it, turn it back off. Yep, just to make sure it wasn't nothing smoking or nothing. So yep, that's how you clean it. Should be cool. You follow that. I'll be back.